Can you define the American dream? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just begin this evening, I'm presenting to you right here a very special piece, at least a very special piece to myself, and we're looking at a 1971 Dwight D. Eisenhower dollar. In 1971, the U.S. Mint brought back a dollar-denominated coin for the first time since the peace dollar series ended in 1935. Check it out, check it out. These are just awesome, especially the ones I get generally uncirculated. Its theme on the obverse was to celebrate the life of President General Dwight D. Eisenhower, nicknamed Ike. He was a 5-star general in the U.S. Army, a U.S. politician, the 34th President of the United States. He served as Supreme Commander of the Allied forces in Europe during World War II, and more notably, just like Silver Dad knows, he was a Texan. In 1951, he became the first Supreme Commander of NATO. Remarkable. We go to the reverse. Can never forget, right? The Apollo 11 moon landing is commemorated due to the significance of the year 1969, ironically the same year of Eisenhower's death. These dollars were issued between 1971 and 1978 and struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. In 1971, the Eisenhower dollar was only released as a special silver collectible and never released into circulation. This special silver version was struck at the San Francisco Mint in uncirculated and, of course, proof conditions. But awesome pieces right here. Currently uncirculated, you can still find them for under $15 with free shipping. Again, if you're getting them uncirculated, it's the real deal. Definitely jump on them. These are highly collectible. Every single month I have people who are hitting me up for them and asking me if I have any. So definitely in demand, especially right now. And before we go any further, I want to give a quick shout out. This is to my always loyal subscriber. This is Duran Hunt, 7600. People that aren't buying silver will continue to live paycheck to paycheck as the dollar declines. Brilliant comment right there coming from Duran Hunt, 7600. And it's so true. I mean, simple, plain and simple, right? People that aren't buying silver will continue to live paycheck to paycheck. Yes. And it's funny because everybody who I see who owns silver, who owns gold, they're not living paycheck to paycheck. They're never living paycheck to paycheck. But those who don't own any gold or silver, I'm going to get it here, I'm going to get it there. They never get it. They're always living paycheck to paycheck. They're always talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, folks. Tomorrow never comes. All we have is right now. So if you're going to make a decision to better your life right now. Why wait till tomorrow? And that's been one of the benefits I can say for myself is there's been many times where I've just slapped myself out of it and it's like, sir, embrace risk. Do it now. There's no waiting. Right now. And this has gone for a lot of things. And of course, not everything has been a walk in the park, but I've made some drastic decisions, financial risks that many were afraid to do. And now people think, oh man, he's so lucky. It's like, no, I wasn't lucky. I just took the risk when you didn't take the risk. And that's the difference. For generations, the American dream was about owning a home, building wealth, and securing a better future for one's family. It was built on the foundation of hard work, savings, and the promise that tomorrow would be brighter. But in today's world of inflation, mounting debt, a shrinking dollar, that dream has become harder for the average person to achieve. And when I say average, I'm talking about for the majority of individuals to achieve. The landscape has shifted, and many are realizing that the new path to financial security will not be through banks or real estate, but through precious metals and other hard assets. What's another hard asset? Of course, gold, if you can afford it. What's another hard asset? Ammunition. It's always going to be in demand. And as long as you got a clean record, you can own it. Why would you not own it? And if you live in a great state like myself, Texas, they really respect your civil liberties. They really respect your private property. They really respect you. And as Americans, this is what we want. So definitely go to a state that honors you as the individual. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who live all around America that thinks America is this tyrannical, authoritarian nation, when in fact it's like, yeah, in some parts, but the majority of it is not. The majority of it allows you to really, really be free. But everybody wants to live in the big cities. So of course, you're living in the big cities, it's like living in Europe. It's gonna be controlled heavily surveillanced, heavily monitored. Why would you want to live in a place like that? Stupidly expensive, stupidly woke. I used to live in Los Angeles. I lived there for years. I look back, it's the dumbest thing I ever did, but you know what? I was really, really young. And it's like I tell anybody, if you're going to move to Manhattan or you're going to move to Los Angeles, you either need to have a lot of money or you need to be young and or crazy. Anyways, folks, going back to our topic, silver represents more than just a precious metal. It's a symbol of independence in a time when financial systems seem designed to keep people struggling. Unlike paper dollars that can be printed endlessly, silver is tangible, silver is limited, silver is universally, globally recognized. It holds value across borders and across generations, making it a modern cornerstone for those who want true, and I mean true wealth they can hold in their hands. The appeal of silver lies in its accessibility. Not everyone can afford to buy gold or invest in the stock market, but almost anyone can begin stacking silver. Whether it's a few ounces a month or a larger investment, silver offers ordinary people, everyday people, the chance to take control of their financial future without relying on unstable systems. That sense of empowerment echoes the old American dream: ownership, security, and pride in what you have built. At the same time, silver is not only about wealth preservation, it's about wealth growth. History has shown that during times of economic turmoil, silver does not just rely or hold its value. It does not just rely on the system, is what I meant to say, and it doesn't just hold its value. It multiplies. When inflation eats away at savings and wages, silver rises in demand and in price, giving stackers a chance to thrive when others are merely trying to survive. You know, if you're just going day by day surviving, you're not thriving. You're literally surviving. This market is not a, how can I put it? Because I want to say this, accordingly, folks. Silver is not only a shield, but also a weapon against financial instability. There's also a cultural element to silver ownership. Americans have always cherished independence, resourcefulness, resilience. Owning silver aligns with those values, representing self-reliance in an era where dependence on banks, government programs, corporate employers, it's embarrassing. And that's what leaves people vulnerable. To hold silver is to declare that your wealth is yours, outside the reach of manipulation. For many, silver stacking has become more than an investment strategy. It's a lifestyle. It teaches discipline, it teaches patience, and of course, long-term thinking. The very traits that built America's foundation. Families who stack together are not just saving for the future, but creating a legacy that can be passed down, ensuring that their children inherit more than just debt, which the majority are. The new American dream isn't measured in mortgages, stock portfolios, or retirement accounts that can vanish in a crash. It's measured in ounces, each one representing freedom, security, and opportunity. Silver gives ordinary people the chance to achieve extraordinary stability in uncertain times. In a world where the old American dream feels out of reach, silver offers a new one. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another evening, another episode of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you, God bless your household, and God bless America.